Folks, welcome to the Contrarian Trader. This is Robert Desmond. Tonight's focus stock is going to be Advanced Micro Devices, symbol AMD. It is approaching our extreme oversold levels, and it's going to be a really interesting trade. I'm going to get to that in a moment, but before I do, let's just touch upon a couple of housekeeping issues. One, I receive a lot of comments with regard to the quality of the audio. I believe I have it fixed. The microphone issue, I hope, has been fixed. I am sure I will receive comments on YouTube and emails. Fix your microphone, Bob. It's driving us crazy. It's too loud. I get you. I hear you. I think it's been fixed. If it's not, please leave me a comment. I'm looking for a reason to buy the MacBook Pro. This just may provide me that excuse. So please leave me your comments. Secondly, I do get some emails with regard to the website, pop-up box for the email. It's hard to close sometimes. Listen, the website's going away soon. It's arcane. It served its purpose. The new website is on its way. I know this video is no longer available. It's basically black on the website when you go onto it. It was a video from Investopedia, who has charged me with copyright infringement. I've never been charged with that before for using a YouTube video. So that's rather shocking. Lastly, when it comes down to the website, you can, when you visit the website, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll get a pop-up box. If you want to get notified of when I post videos so you can watch them on the home page, or when I post a blog, or you want to be notified to special offers to the Contrarian Trader, please enter your email address in the pop-up box. I don't particularly like pop-up boxes. I've told my developers, do not put a pop-up box on the website. I believe it cheapens the site. I hate them. There will be alternatives. You have another email alternative on the home page right here. So I don't want to belabor this too much, but that's the housekeeping issues. And before we get to AMD, I want to touch upon my blog that I posted on the 16th, which was Sunday. And these were the stocks that we were looking at, and I just want to go over them very, very quickly. The first one was ZSL, which is the 3 times short of silver. And you could see, I received a nasty comment on YouTube. You can go over and check it. I replied to the guy, but he basically said I was nuts. But this is about a 4% nuts move that he would have made if he would have jumped in on Monday morning. Now, granted, these are not investments. These are trades, folks. Whether it be a day, whether it be 48 hours, I send out alerts to members when we enter a trade and when we exit a trade. I don't believe that the rally in commodities is over by any stretch of the imagination. So I do believe there's further downside for ZSL, meaning there's more upside for silver. Next stock, SLW, which was an extreme overbought stock. I said this is a potential short. It corrected on Monday. It's still a potential short. After you could see the bottoming tail on Monday afternoon, it was no longer a short on Monday afternoon. You didn't want to go chasing. As a matter of fact, I sent out an alert to members, don't go chasing silver, wheat, and down. You'll get burned. And sure enough, bullish engulfing today, Tuesday, and my guess is we're going to see new highs on silver, wheat. So don't go shorting. Members, when we do go short, I will be sending out an alert. Next stock, ADNC, Audience Incorporated. This is one of our extreme oversold stocks. I called that this stock would rally. We did get a rally yesterday. I think we may get a slight pullback, even though we had a little bit of a bottoming tail at the $7 per share level. If we make a new daily high, we'll probably come back down to retest down to $6.63. If we break out above $7.36, we just may add to long positions, build a long position. And I will send out alerts to members. Next stock, Magellan Midstream. These are all on my blog, folks, so it's there for you to read. You could see this was an extreme overbought stock. It is no longer an extreme overbought stock. We would have been out of this stock now with a nice profit. This is a doji formation. It's probably going to consolidate another day and then proceed higher. If you short this stock, I would suggest you think about covering and perhaps even get long on strength Last stock, CRNT, and then we're going to get to AMD. CRNT, I had a buy target price. It's still below here. I sent it out to members on Sunday afternoon, a 35-minute video, the week ahead commentary, touching upon all these stocks and our plan for how we're going to trade them. CRNT, Ceragon Networks, which we've traded in the past, has been beaten to death. We saw a nice bottoming tail here. It's really getting close to our price target. So with this bottoming tail, it's a bullish sign. However, it's nowhere near a green light to get long because we saw the same thing here a few days ago. So the same thing here a few days ago. Saw the same thing here a few weeks ago, only to make newer lows. So I'm going to watch it. I'll send out alerts to members. Folks, if you're not currently a member, if you want to get involved with these stocks, if we decide to trade them or other watch stocks that we have on our list, please subscribe for the 14-day free trial offer. If you don't like it, cancel. Please, all you need to do is just go here to the website, the homepage, subscribe now. You're in. 14 days free. If you don't like it, cancel. Send me an email, and I will cancel it for you. All right, let's get on to AMD. AMD was brought to my attention by fellow member Bruce. Bruce does some writing on his own blogger. I would love for him to start writing more for me. Bruce, hint, hint. But I'm going to still work on him. Bruce is a fundamentals guy, which I am not, and I really like Bruce's work. And if and when he does start posting on my blog, I strongly suggest that you read his commentary due to the fact that he gives you some great fundamental insight, which is an area where I lack. I'm more of a charting, technical analysis guy, and that serves me well. I think that Bruce is a great compliment. He's also a contrarian to the contrarian trader. So I look forward to hopefully one day Bruce adding more blogs to the website. He has posted in the past. All right, AMD. What's the story here? Here's the scoop. We've had a stock that's corrected 26% over the past year. It's losing market share to Intel. Bruce sent me an email this afternoon. So Bruce wrote me. I spent the morning quickly going through AMD's balance sheet. They had a dramatic build in inventory last quarter, which means, to me, margins are going down as they will have to discount to blow out inventory. Anybody that watches technology stocks knows that margins are everything, especially to the semis. Bruce goes on with his email to me. However, the key question is all this in stock price. I am going to dig into the company because it is so hated in a lot of operating leverage. That's the contrarian. That's where we have we make a good pair. If it breaks old lows, it's going lower, but at some point this will be a very good buy. I agree with him, and we're going to get to the charts in a moment. If it holds these lows on massive down volume, that says something. I wait for the stock to stop going down in bad news or hold lows on horrible news. I expect the next quarter to be bad. So if it holds, then that will indicate a bottom. I was thinking of trading it here. It holds lows on the news, but just watching now. And that's what I pretty much sent out to members, seconding Bruce's comments. I'm looking at it from a technical analysis perspective that if AMD were able to rally off the lows and close higher on the day after their CFO came out on Monday evening and resigned, this is just one of many executives in recent months that has left the company. And it's probably a good thing because this company's not being run properly. So you could see it took a brutal beating today. I had hoped that we would see a reversal. It did attempt to reverse, couldn't hold it, closed at the lows of the day. I had hoped it would reverse, close higher. That would have been the contrarian indicator that Bruce was talking about, and the stock would have been a buy. The stock recently, this is a daily chart of AMD, recently broke out of a daily downtrend. Okay, so if you draw your trend line here, steep downtrend, it was able to break out last week and was able to close out above that trend line. I'm looking to see whether or not we can get some support at this, hopefully now lower band of the downtrend channel. Look for support, hold this $3.43 level, and then consolidate and then rally. And I'm fairly bullish on the stock due to the fact that this is capitulation volume. Bruce referenced it in his email. So this is where fundamentals and technical analysis combine. We do have some things in common. Right? We look at the volume. We look at whether or not the stock can hold support and break through resistance levels. Today was a very bearish day for AMD. However, I think that they're throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You had BMO Securities come out and cut the rating to $4 per share from $5 per share. Wedbush also came out, cut the price target to $4.50 from $5. If we can get down to $3.43, thereabouts, within a few pennies, hold those levels, see some bottoming tails, I think that the stock is going to be a buy. And I'm going to get to my reasons why in a moment. Before I do that, let's take a look at the intraday chart, 30-minute chart. And this is what makes me somewhat more bullish on the stock. Okay, 30-minute chart AMD. You can see that the stock on the RSI anyway is somewhat oversold. Not as oversold to the levels that I would like as a deep contrarian investor. However, it is at oversold levels, and when you combine those oversold levels with the bottoming tails here and the fairly good support at the $3.60 per share level, we may be finding a bottom on AMD. Let's see whether or not we're going to rally, roll over, break down to new lows, or are we going to hold $3.60 per share and then perhaps rally? We may begin to build a position in AMD as soon as tomorrow. So, members, please keep an eye out for that trade alert if and when we do pull the trigger. Longer term, I like AMD. Here's a weekly chart. Yes, the weekly candlesticks look very, very ugly. You have resistance at the $4 per share level. Were it not for the CFO coming out and quitting, the stock may have actually broken out above $4 per share, which is now acting resistance but was previous support back here only a few months ago. You can see that the RSI is beginning to trend up on a weekly chart. Stokes, very oversold. MACD, somewhat mature. ADX line, even with the bad news, is beginning to break down. It broke down below previous support at 35. So this stock is setting up, and I haven't gotten to the best part yet, folks. If you're itching to turn the video off, I haven't gotten to the best part, so I suggest you stick around if you're interested in trading AMD. MACD, I think I mentioned, is looking pretty good. Let's get to the catalyst. We always want to know what the catalyst is going to be. Let's start off with on a PE basis. Forward-looking PE on AMD is about 9.25, 9.28 on a PE on a semi. Yes, the fundamentals, quarterly revenue growth, quarterly earnings growth are not looking good. However, it's far from being a company that is concerned about being an ongoing concern. Now, I mentioned that there was a catalyst that was going to cause AMD to rally. That catalyst is the fact that you have 20.2% of the shares that are short. I again repeat, 20.2% of the shares are short. You're looking at when you look at the shares short currently versus the 3-month average daily volume, you're looking at a good 5 days to cover short positions on the stock. The shorts stand a good chance of getting very complacent because the CFO just resigned and getting trapped in a short squeeze. That is where we profit. That is how we outperform the overall market. So please, if you want to trade AMD, sign up for the 14-day free trial offer. You'll get the alert, and plus you'll get my 35-minute the week ahead commentary, which I sent out to members, covering the other stocks I talked about earlier in this video. Folks, if you have any questions, please shoot me an email, comment on my video, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you watch this on YouTube. If you watch this on the homepage or the blog, please enter your email address, get notified of when I have new videos coming out, new blogs, and special offers to join the Contrarian Trader. They don't come out too often, so I wouldn't expect it anytime soon. So 14-day free trial offer right now. Talk to you soon. Have a good night, folks. And please be careful out there. Use your stop loss orders. This market is very, very tricky. It's a trader's market, not a buy and hold market. Be very, very careful. Talk to you soon. Shoot me an email if you have a question. Have a good night. Bye-bye.